Okay, number 17. The bacterial species that can be described as susceptible to penicillin bacitracin, beta hemolytic, major cause of bacterial pharyngitis, and often carrying an antiphagocytic M protein is which of the following? Again, let's talk about your hemolysis. What is being described in the question is a beta hemolytic organism. Oh, Enterococcus faecalis. Ano ulit ang hemolysis ng Enterococcus? Gamma. So can we eliminate this already? Yes. Tanggal ang letter A. Okay? Pyogenes. What is the hemolysis? Beta, Agalaxiae, beta also. How about viridans? Alpha. So can we eliminate viridans? Yes. We are now left with B and C. Oh, ano pa yung mga clues natin? Bacitracin. To bacitracin, this organism is susceptible. Oh, do you remember our mnemonics for bacitracin? Guys at the back, do you remember our mnemonics for bacitracin? B, brass. Diba naalala niyo yung B, brass? Bacitracin, B is, group B is resistant. B is resistant. A is what? Susceptible. So sino susceptible to bacitracin? Group A strep, also known as strep pyogenes. Other clues. Major cause of bacterial pharyngitis. Okay? For bacterial pharyngitis, the most common cause is your strep pyogenes. Kung ang sore throat ninyo, bacterial, ang most likely cause niyan is your Streptococcus pyogenes. Ito yung tinatawag natin na strep throat. Okay? And the last clue, ano sabi dyan? M protein. Where do you find the virulence factor M protein? You find it on strep pyogenes. Okay, so what's the answer here? Letter B. Lahat ng description, they all point out to strep pyogenes. Number 18, species that can be described as able to hydrolyze cypirate, beta hemolytic, major cause of neonatal meningitis and sepsis, and producer of CAMP is which of the following? Sino to guys? Oh, beta hemolytic. Sino yung mga pwede natin eliminate sa choices from that information? Can you eliminate strep pneumoniae? Yes. Anong hemolysis ng strep pneumoniae? Ha? Alpha. So eliminate letter A. How about viridans? Can you eliminate viridans? Yes. Bakit? Alpha hemolytic ang viridans. So you're left with B and C. Okay? So sabi, it hydrolyzes cypirate and it is CAMP positive. O, anong organism yun? Sino ang CAMP positive? Group B or your Streptococcus agalaxiae. Streptococcus agalaxiae, Group B. Remember, for Group B, tandaan nyo B, baby. Diba? B, baby. Your Group B is an important pathogen of your neonates. Important pathogen sa ng newborns. In particular, it causes neonatal meningitis as well as sepsis. So all of your description point out to Streptococcus agalaxiae. Okay? Next, number 19. Enterococcus species can be differentiated from most Streptococcus by which of the following test? O, ano sagot nyo dito, guys? This is letter A. Growth in the presence of 6.5% salt, or what you call the salt tolerance test. So ang positive po for your salt tolerance or your 6.5% salt is your group D Enterococcus. I hope you remember this table. Now, this table is also found in your bacteriology notes. Okay, aside from 6.5% salt, group D Enterococcus is also pyrase positive. Okay? O, nasa notes yun na to, guys. 20. The ability to grow well at refrigerator temperature is characteristic of each of the following organism. Okay, ano muna yung tawag sa procedure na to? This is your cold enrichment technique. Okay, yung specimen nyo, you're going to leave it inside the ref. You're going to leave your specimen inside the ref. So what organisms are cold enrichment positive? You have your Listeria, monocytogenes, and what else? No. Sino isa pa? Yersinia enterocolitica. Okay. Yersinia enterocolitica. Kala ko sabi mo enterococcus. Okay, Yersinia enterocolitica. Again, sino yung mga cold enrichment positive? Listeria monocytogenes. What's the other one? Yersinia enterocolitica. Number 21. Catalase positive. Gram-positive bacillus. Not acid-fast, does not branch, and does not form spores. Could possibly belong to which group of bacteria? Now, when it comes to gram stain, lahat ng choices niyo are gram-positive bacilli. Tama po ba? Okay, so tingnan natin ibang clues. Not acid-fast. So using that clue, sino pwede nyo eliminate? You can eliminate Mycobacterium. So tanggal po si Mycobacterium. Tapos sabi dyan, does not branch. Among these choices, meron ba kayong branching na bacteria? Branching or fungi-like or filamentous? O guys, sino yung mga fungi-like bacteria nyo? Nocardia, actinomyces. Eh sabi dito, does not branch. Oh. So sino pwede nating eliminate? Nocardia. Oh, magkakalimutan the branching or fungi-like or filamentous bacteria are Nocardia and actinomyces. Oh, last clue, does not form spores. Among these choices, may nagpo-form ba ng spore? Yes, sino po yun? Bacillus. So can we now eliminate Bacillus? Yes. O, ano sagot dito? Corynebacterium. Are we learning so far? Okay. Okay, next, number 22. A throat culture was taken from a 6-year-old boy with a gray pseudomembrane covering his oropharynx. You can take a picture of this question. Okay? A catalase positive organism was isolated on cystine tellurite medium and subcultured to Tinsdale medium where it grew as black colonies. A gram stain was performed on these colonies. Which of the following cellular morphologies is most likely? Okay. Based on your clinical presentation, sore throat, no? Tapos may pseudomembrane. What do you think is the disease here? Anong sakit to, guys? Focus muna dito. Anong sakit to? Sore throat with a pseudomembrane. This is diphtheria. Sulat na sa notes. Sore throat with a pseudomembrane. Diphtheria. O, other clues nyo? There's growth on your cystine tellurite, which is a medium for C. diphtheriae. Also on Tinsdale medium. Okay, so obviously, the organism that we're looking at is Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Now, sa choices ninyo, no, looking at the choices, which of this would describe your Corynebacterium diphtheriae? This is letter C. Gram-positive bacilli in irregular club-like shape. Next, number 23. A skin lesion was open and drainage surgery. Culture was positive for gram-positive bacillus, which gave the following growth characteristics and biochemical reactions. Okay, so gram-positive bacillus, ang titingnan natin. Macaulay agar, no growth. H2S positive, non-motile, catalase negative, growth on the blood agar, non-hemolytic, and then no spores. These reactions are consistent with each of the following organisms. Ano yung giveaway dito, guys? Ang giveaway dito is yung H2S. Okay? Ang giveaway dito ay H2S. Among your gram-positive bacilli, isa lang yung dinescribe ko na H2S positive. And sino po yan? Sino yung nag-isang H2S positive na gram-positive bacilli? This is your Erysipelotrix luciopatiae. Pakisulat na po sa side notes. Gram-positive bacilli. H2S positive. That's Erysipelotrix luciopatiae. Erysipelotrix luciopatiae. Okay? How do we know that this is not Listeria? Ayun, no, sabi dito, non-motile. Remember, Listeria is motile. And what is the characteristic motility of Listeria? Tumbling motility. Listeria has tumbling motility. So, hindi siya Listeria. Okay. Number 24. Which of the following sets of tests provides the best differentiation of erythropilotrix from Listeria monocytogenes? Ang gram stain, madi-differentiate niya bang erythropilotrix from Listeria? What is the gram stain of erythropilotrix? Gram positive, what? Bacilli. How about Listeria? Gram positive, bacilli. Pareho sila ng gram stain? Yes. So can you use gram stain to differentiate them? Yes or no? No. So we can now eliminate choices with gram stain. We can eliminate letter A. We can eliminate letter B. Let's take a look at letter C. Can you use your CAM test to differentiate them? Among these two organisms, sino ang CAM positive? Listeria. Listeria is CAM positive. Okay? Pwede nyo gawa ng table yan, guys. No, Listeria is CAM positive. How about H2S production? Sino ang positive sa kanila for H2S? Erysipelotrix. Erysipelotrix. Okay? How about esculin hydrolysis? Sino ang positive for esculin? Listeria monocytogenes. Erysipelotrix is negative. So, ano tama sagot dito? Letter C. Doc, ano niyang reverse cam test na yan? Para kanino po ang reverse cam test? Oh, so let's side notes. No? Remember, the reverse cam test is for Clostridium perfringens. The organism positive for the reverse cam test is Clostridium perfringens. Next, 25. Neonatal meningitis is an uncommon but significant disease. Two important causes of disease may be somewhat difficult to differentiate on preliminary observation. Which of the following sets of tests provides the best differentiation of Streptococcus agalactiae from Listeria monocytogenes? Okay, take a look at the choices. Okay. Can we use your CAM test here? Ano po ang CAM ng Streptococcus agalactiae? Or Group B strep? CAM positive ang Strep agalactiae. How about Listeria? CAM positive din ang Listeria. So can you use the CAM test? No. Therefore, letter C is incorrect. Hindi nyo pwede gamitin yung CAM test. Lalo na yung letter D. Yung reverse CAM para kanino ulit? Louder. Clostridium perfringens. So hindi rin pwede letter D. Can you use your gram stain to differentiate them? Can you use your gram stain? Yes. Ano po ang gram stain ng Strep agalactiae? Listen carefully. Ano po ang gram stain ng Strep agalactiae? Gram positive cocci. Guys, strep po ito. Gram positive cocci. How about Listeria monocytogenes? Gram positive bacilli. Magkaiba yung gram stain nila, therefore we can use this. Catalase. Ano ang catalase ng Strep agalactiae? Guys, anong catalase ng mga strep? Negative, di ba? Sino ang positive? Staph. Strep is catalase, negative. Listeria monocytogenes, on the other hand, is catalase positive. And then for motility, is Strep agalactiae motile? Is Strep agalactiae motile? No. How about Listeria? Yes. Anong motility ulit ng Listeria? Tumbling motility. So, anong tama sagot dito? Letter B. 26. Bacillus anthracis and Bacillus cereus can be differentiated in the lab by a variety of different test results. Which of the following set of tests best differentiates these two species? Okay, again, take a look at the slide. I think I have discussed this in our discussion. Okay. Can we use motility to differentiate your anthracis from cereus? Yes. Remember, anthracis is non-motil. Anthracis is non-motil. Cereus is motil. Bacillus cereus is motil. In fact, ang motility ng Bacillus cereus is swarming, just like Proteus. Again, anthracis, non-motil. Cereus, motil. Ano yung characteristic motility niya? Swarming. When it comes to hemolysis, anthracis is non-hemolytic. Anthracis is non-hemolytic. Cereus, on the other hand, Bacillus cereus is beta-hemolytic. Bacillus cereus is beta-hemolytic. So, sagot dito guys, letter D. 27. Ito recall question to, I think mga 2 board exams ago. Which of the following specimens would be best for identifying Bacillus cereus as the cause of an outbreak of food poisoning? Guys, in any food poisoning outbreak, ang best specimen is always the food itself, not stool. Okay? Pag na-isolate yung organism dun sa mismong food, that's a direct evidence that you have an outbreak due to that organism. Ako niyo guys, best specimen lagi no for your food outbreaks, food. Okay, number 28. A first morning sputum sample is received for acid fast culture. Specimen is centrifuged and the sediment is inoculated on 2 Lowenstein-Jensen slants. Okay? After 1 week, the slants show abundant growth over the entire surface. Anong nangyari dito, guys? Remember, okay, ang kinukulture sana dito is Mycobacterium. Alam natin ang Mycobacterium, napakabagal mag-grow. But here in our question, what happened? Even after just 1 week, nagkaroon ka na ng abundant growth. So somehow, that would give you a clue na, uy, hindi ito Mycobacterium. Okay? Another clue, the stains reveal gram-negative bacilli. Ang Mycobacterium ba gram-negative bacilli? Yes or no? No. What is the gram stain of your Mycobacterium? Gram-positive. So this is another clue na hindi Mycobacterium yung nag-grow. So which of the following should be done to avoid this problem? Basically, ang tanong dito, what should you do to avoid contamination? Anong sagot? Letter C. Decontaminate the specimen. Okay. That's N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine. Sodium hydroxide mixture. I also have this in my notes under Mycobacteria. No, pakicheck nyo guys. So to avoid the growth of other organisms, no, this is something that you can do to your sputum sample. 29. A patient recently arrived in the US from Africa, presents with long-standing cutaneous lesion. Okay, so skin lesion ang meron. This is cultured for bacteria, fungi, and AFB. An AFB smear is made and is reported as positive for AFB. After 8 weeks of culture in both non-selective and selective AFB media, no colonies appear. Which of the following organisms should be suspected? So among your choices, sino sa kanila ang hindi routinely nag-grow on culture? Sino ang hindi nag-grow on culture? This is your Hansen's bacillus, also known as M. leprae. M. leprae, the causative agent of leprosy, is not grown on your routine media. Ano ba yung clue ninyo dito? Sabi dyan, cutaneous lesion. So, ang manifestation nyo sa skin, no? Just like in leprosy. Number 30. The Runyon classification is based on which of the following? Do you remember the Runion's classification? Sino ang kina-classify using Runion's? The Mycobacteria or yung tinatawag nating MOTT. Sulat na sulat guys. MOTT stands for Mycobacteria other than tuberculosis. Mycobacteria other than tuberculosis. Again, Runion's classification is used to classify your MOTT. So what are the four groups? Group 1, you have your photochromogen. Group 1, photochromogen. Group 1, photochromogen. Group 2, scotochromogen. Group 2, scotochromogen. Scotochromogen ang group 2. Group 3. Sino yung group 3? The non-photochromogens. Group 3, you have your non-photochromogens. How about your group 4? Your group 4 are the fast growers. Rapid growers. Group 4, rapid growers. So pag mabilis yung growth ng mycobacterium nyo, group 4 yun. Kung slow growers naman, you take a look at group 1, group 2, and group 3. Ang titignan nyo to classify this would be your pigment production. Diba? Pigment production. So, having said this, what do you think is the answer for number 30? Letter C. No, pakibalikan nyo guys sa notes ito. You will find there the organisms, no, classified under your Runyon.